This is the latest unit by Johnson Johnson Ethicon, which is the DUALTO. In a way, this is a combination of Medtronic FT10 because it has a monopolar and a bipolar port, as well as Harmonic Gen 11 because of the Harmonic or ENSEAL port itself. As you can see, Harmonic, ENSEAL and Megadyne. These are the variations by Johnson Johnson MedTech. This step involves initialization of the self setup because it's an intuitive technology. Good morning will automatically change to good afternoon when it's actually the time, so that's really something. This is something really good about the unit. You might wonder what this is about. Yes, this is a fob, and the fob will be available to surgeons. Up to 20 fobs can be used, which means every surgeon or a consultant will have his or her own fob, and you just need to tap it. So the settings that you have used, it will reset to those settings. As you can see, one bipolar port, two monopolar port, and an advanced or the harmonic ENSEAL port. The first one is how to connect and use the monopolar side. So any standard REM plug, but has to be a standard REM or the neutral one, can be plugged into the REM port, and the monopolar instrument of your choice can be plugged into either monopolar 1 or monopolar 2. Monopolar 1 normally takes the pencil, the grounding pencil, electrosurgery. Now, nothing to worry about if this error comes up, because in order for neutral electrode to work, the circuit has to be completed. So, I'm using a single-use disposable pad, but you can use a reusable one as well, as long as the connection is neutral REM. The sign will automatically go off. So that's the pencil. We need to change the settings. Because this port is activated and that's a functional port, that's exactly what will be highlighted. You can select the options, and the options are here: coagulation and cutting, and then the spread. This is regarding a foot pedal, which I'll explain later. And accordingly, you can increase or decrease the settings. This is the reusable pencil, autoclavable one that I'm using, mostly used on the animal side. If I were to use a foot pedal for monopolar graspers, this foot pedal that you can see is simply dropped here, just like you would solve a puzzle. And that means the foot pedal will be activated. And this foot pedal has to be used, or can be used, only when you're using monopolar graspers with a single pin. If I were to demonstrate using a foot pedal, a monopolar foot pedal, which we just dragged here in order for it to activate, and here is the demonstration. I'll be using this with a foot pedal. Regulation, please. Thank you. For using the bipolar side, any bipolar forceps or bipolar instrument can be used simply by connecting either the banana plugs or the American Standard adapter, Bipolar+1. Since it's an intuitive technology, it will automatically detect. And yes, you can use one monopolar side and a bipolar port simultaneously, and you can also use one monopolar, a bipolar, as well as the harmonic or ENSEAL side, all three at the same time. You can choose the settings as you would like, micro or macro. Auto bipolar is usually off. All the bipolar instruments, they require a foot pedal or a foot switch. That's the foot switch. Again, in order to activate the foot switch, we simply pick it up and drag it here. That's it. You simply drag the foot pedal into the respective box, and that means yes, it's highlighted. It has taken the foot pedal. As you can hear the sizzle. Thank you. On the advanced side, which is about harmonic and ENSEAL, only the latest codes are taken by the unit, and latest codes of harmonic blue and the gray cable. For example, this is the older version, which is, yes, it's taken up by Gen 11, but not by DUALTO, and this is the adapter you would normally use in Gen 11, irrespective of the software version. It still fits and it still connects the old handpieces, however, they won't work and they won't be recognized as the error appears, even if we connect it with a compatible instrument. However, any code which is HAR HP blue or HAR the gray cable, they are taken by the unit, so that's a direct plugin. And it will ask to connect the handpiece, which could be either harmonic or ENSEAL is a direct plugin, so ENSEAL instruments can be directly plugged in. The only codes which have a chip are single use. For example, HAR 1136, HAR 1120, these are advanced 7+ years. They have got a chip. Other than that, instruments, if required for teaching purposes, research and development, or on the animal side, they can be still re-sterilized and used. However, the strong recommendation is these instruments are meant only for single use and they have to be used only once. Thank you. Please wait for it to completely shut down and go into the shutdown mode before removing the power cable or switching off the main socket, and wait for the light to disappear.